Hey guys, today I'm going to cook a turkey on my Weber kettle. So let's kick the tire and light the fire. This is a 16-pound turkey. It's 16.52 pounds. It was $1.19 per pound. So that turkey was $19.66. This is a frozen turkey, so hopefully it's thawed out enough. I took it out 2 days ago, so I think it should be thawed by now. Had it in the fridge part of the time and just on the counter part of the time. So now I usually brine my turkeys, but this turkey is already brined. It says basted with approximately a 9.5% solution of turkey broth, salt, sugar, and natural flavoring. So I'm just going to cook this one right out of the package as is, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, see how it looks here. Try not to cut myself. Okay, this looks pretty good. Now I cooked one of these last week and it was a 20-pound turkey, and I didn't rinse it off or anything because the power was off and I didn't have any water or anything. And everyone said that it was really good, so I'm just going to do this one the exact same way. I undid this little plastic leg clamp thingy so I can get my hand in there and get the neck out of the inside. It comes out. There's a little bit of ice, so seems like it's pretty well unthawed. Oh yeah, and they usually put the giblets up here in the neck cavity, so in a bag like that, so don't forget to take those out. And now I think I'll just take a knife and kind of trim some of this excess fat off of it, just to make it look a little bit nicer. That looks pretty good. And I decided to take these wing tips off too, because they were just kind of sticking up in the way. They usually end up just burning. So now this rub I'm using is the Rub by the J. Christopher Company. I use this quite a bit. So just sprinkle outside with a little bit of this. I just bought this at the grocery store, but if you can't find it and you might want to check it out, I have it in my Amazon store as well, so I'll put the link to that in the description. I'm using Royal Oak lump charcoal for this. I like using lump charcoal with poultry because it burns a little hotter. I also like the flavor a little bit better. I have it in a slow and sear. That's what's holding the charcoal there. That works really good because it holds it in place really well. But if you don't have one of those, just pile your charcoal, against the back of the kettle, and use a pretty good amount, because the turkey, it takes a while to cook and it's big, so it takes a pretty good amount of heat. If you don't put enough, I've made that mistake, and that's hard to ever get the turkey cooked. It just doesn't get hot enough. And also, this has one of those pop-up timers, but I'm going to put this oven meat thermometer right there in the center of the breast right there. And I also have my wireless probe, but I'm not gonna put that in yet. I'm starting the cooking this breast down, and then after about 40 minutes or so, I'm gonna rotate it so this side is closer to the fire, and then after probably like another 40 minutes, I'll turn it over on its back, and at that time I'll put the wireless probe in it, because it's kind of hard to turn it over with that probe in it. So I'm just going to wait until then, but as soon as that gets a little bit hotter, I'll get the lid on there. All right, my fire's looking pretty good, so we'll get the lid on there. It almost looks like the turkey's too tall for the lid to go on, but it does work. So I'll let that go for about 35 or 40 minutes, and then I'll rotate it. It's been 40 minutes, so I'm going to check on this. The grill's running hot. This thermometer here reads about 400 degrees. Let's take a look here. It looks real nice. I'm just going to use these oven mitts and grab the turkey and just rotate it 180 degrees there. And looks like we're doing okay with charcoal for now. So I'm just going to go ahead and get the lid back on there. It's been 40 more minutes, so an hour and 20 minutes total. This thermometer's still running a little over 400 degrees, but the wireless one says 333 degrees, so I'm not sure which one's accurate. I'm just kind of using them both and seeing how it goes here. This looks pretty good, and I'm going to grab my oven mitts and turn it over on its back now. You can see the breast isn't really browning much. So now, at this time, I'm going to go ahead and stick my wireless probe in the breast. Okay, got that in there. And see if I can see what the temperature is. Looks like it's about 130 degrees Fahrenheit on that oven meat thermometer there. So wondering if I need to add more charcoal. Well, I think maybe I'll just get the lid back on and let it cook a while. Maybe I won't need to, we'll see. It's been 40 more minutes, so 2 hours total now. I did have to add a little bit more charcoal because my grill temperature started dropping quite a bit. It's down to like 275 right now. So let's see how we're doing here. It looks good. I'm just going to rotate this one last time. And then I should just be able to let it go until the internal temperature reaches 165 degrees Fahrenheit, which is what we're looking for. This has been resting for about half an hour and it sure looks good. Had one of those pop-up timers, but it didn't pop up. But my other two thermometers said it was done, so I just went ahead and took it off. I'm curious to see how this breast meat looks since you know I didn't brine and it was pre-brined. But well, looks pretty moist to me. Forget that fork, I'll just cut off a piece. Oh yeah, look at that. That's pretty juicy. That actually looks really good. Nice. Let me try a bite of that. That turned out really, really good. I'm happy with that. I guess you better see what Annie thinks. Want to try it, Annie? Want some turkey? There you go. Chewed it a little bit and didn't gag, so I guess it was okay. That turned out really good. It wasn't dry at all. I thought maybe it would be a bit dry because actually the temperature on the grill thermometer on the lid was actually running like 425 degrees for a while, so I thought it might dry the turkey out a bit, but it didn't seem to. The cooking time for that turkey was 2 hours and 15 minutes, and the 20-pound turkey I did the other day I think was 3 hours, but that 20-pounder was pretty moist as well. I cooked it pretty much the same way as I did with this one. Now the thermometer, my wireless thermometer, it was running a little lower, around 350 most of the time. So I don't know. I was pretty happy with the way it turned out. It cooked fairly hot and fast, but you know, it was moist, it was tender, had good flavor, and I didn't use any smoke wood. All I used was the lump charcoal. Like I said, I like the flavor of lump charcoal better than briquettes, and they burn a little hotter. I think briquettes, if you use briquettes, would probably take a little bit longer than this did, but anyway. Oh, and those oven mitts I have, they work great for handling the turkey. I actually have those in my Amazon store, so I'll put a link to those if anybody wants to take a look at those as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time.